Hey guys. So there's a YouTuber I want to talk about, and I'm not talking about it because I dislike her. I actually feel really bad for her, so I'm just gonna talk about her, and she'll probably never see this, and if she does, do remember this is no hate, like not at all, like seriously girl, like I've been where you are, but it makes me really sad to see, so I just have to, I'm just gonna talk about it, deal with it. Her name is Foodie Beauty. She's a vlogger, I guess you could say. Basically, she films herself binge eating all the time. All the time. I don't think I've seen a video of hers that isn't binge eating, actually. And it breaks my heart. Because it's okay. Being someone who's had issues with food, I've definitely, I'm not a skinny person. I've definitely had issues with food. I've definitely ran to food, sex, and drugs when I was sad. That was like my coping mechanism when I was depressed. And it makes me really sad to see somebody else going through the same thing. It makes me really sad to see somebody, falling into those vices. And the thing with like binge eating disorder that a lot of people don't understand, because like a lot of people, when they see somebody who's like really anorexic, like when they see somebody like, when I see a very skinny YouTuber and a lot of people flock to her and they want to get her help. And I generally think this person is one of the sweetest people ever. But with any mental illness, yelling at them is not going to get them help. And that's not how I feel with like this person. Like I don't want to yell at her either. But I feel like, she makes these videos where she is binge eating and she'll like go over like all the food that she's eating, and then she'll eat, and the whole time she's eating, she's always eating in her car. She's always like hidden. You can tell she's like parked at like the end of the parking lot, and she's like looking back and forth and eating, looking back and forth and eating, looking back and forth and eating. And like, girl, been there, done that. Like, been super depressed, driving my car, screaming, crying, when I couldn't deal with my own emotions. I refused to get fucking like mental help at all. And then I would go to like Taco Bell and eat like a ton of fucking food. And like I used to be embarrassed to talk about this. Now I'm like, I'm getting help and this is what it is, And like I see her and I see so much of myself in her, and it breaks my heart. And at the same time, I'm like, but you're posting it online. And like a part of me is like, well, good. It's probably therapeutic. Like, good. You post it for other people who have the same problem. But another part of me is like, are you posting it for attention? I'm so conflicted, and maybe it's because I was so mortified about this that I wouldn't even talk about it until like a year ago. You know what I mean? Because nobody wants to be the fat bitch talking about how they have problems with being a fat bitch. How they have problems with fucking eating too much food. Like, no one wants to be that bitch. But then like I see this overweight girl doing like the same thing I used to do, and it's just like it breaks my heart, and I just want to like jump to the screen and be like, no, there's better ways. And it's like, it's so confusing. It's almost like with like the mukbang thing. And I know I've made like 2 other videos on mukbangs, because mukbangs fuck me up, dude. I don't understand the point of mukbangs. I don't understand the point of usually overweight people eating an obscene amount of food where you could hear them chewing and eating food. And like people in the comments like cheering them on and being like, eat this next, eat this, and eat this. It's like porn. Like it's fucking like porn, and I'm so confused. And it's like, is it porn for people with eating disorders? Like who watches this? Like, do you watch mukbangs? And why do you watch mukbangs? Like, do you watch them because you're anorexic and you want like, excuse me, let me rephrase this. Do you watch them because you have an eating disorder? Do you watch them because you can't eat like that and you want to eat like that? Do you watch them because you like to see someone else like self-destruct? Because no one can tell me that eating that much food is gonna be anything good for them in the long run. We all know, like we all can live in the delusion that, even though you're overweight, as long as you can move around, you're fine. But that's not reality. Even if you don't have any health problems now, you're eventually gonna have a health problem. And it just breaks my heart to see somebody that is not happy. They're not having a happy life. They're not living their happiest life. And they're just wasting it away. It would be the same way if I saw somebody shooting up with their car every day. It's the same kind of concept. Yeah, you're fine right now, but you're not going to be fine forever. And to me, it's the same kind of concept. And the fact that, like, if we had a video of somebody fucking shooting up, we'd be flagging it and freaking out and trying to get this person help. Or we have a video of someone who's really, really skinny, we'd be freaking out. But someone who just happens to be, like, fairly overweight, hiding their food. Like, literally, like, eating, but, like, putting it down if anybody sees them, and only eating in their car and hiding their binges and only binging at really weird times, like 2 a.m. and stuff. That is a sign of an addiction. Like, come on. Like, how can nobody see this? And it just breaks my heart that people are just like, meh, she's fat, fuck her. And it's like, no, no. And I don't know. It really breaks my heart. And I don't know what this video is supposed to prove. Besides the fact that like I would be like, girl, you can get better. Like, go get some help. Go talk to somebody. Go to a nutritionist, go to a therapist, go talk to somebody. There's a reason that you are stuffing that hole inside of you with food. And I'm not talking about your stomach, I'm talking about that hole inside of you that we've all used with food, drugs, sex, anything to fill up. There's a reason you're doing it. And it breaks my fucking heart to see it. And it breaks my heart even more to know that there's like 50,000 people that have subscribed to this and watched this. And like, it's cool. And there's so many people that do the mukbangs. There's so many people. And it's like, why? Like, why are we... And it's one thing to do a mukbang, like Trisha Paytas. And I know everyone loves to hate Trisha Paytas. I actually don't hate her. I think she's a fucking troll and she makes me laugh. But even when she does mukbangs, it's not as often. You know what I mean? It's like one a month, once every 2 weeks, something like that. When every video you have is you doing a mukbang, that concerns me. Same thing with like Nick Avocado. When every video you make is you doing a mukbang, I'm like, that means it's just how you eat. And there's no way that anyone's going to tell me that amount of food is because you're hungry. It's for various other reasons. Like, I know when I used to binge eat, it was because I was really sad. And we all know that certain food releases dopamine. You release dopamine, you're not sad for that little bit of seconds. Same reason I did drugs, same reason I would have random sex, the same reason all this shit would happen. And it really breaks my heart that people are pretty much cheering her on. I mean, if nobody watched her videos, would she still make videos? Probably not. Would she still do it? Possibly. I don't know. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart that nobody seems to give a shit. And it breaks my heart that she seems to be validated by doing it because people watch her, And if people watch her, then obviously she's doing something people want to see. I don't know. Random thought of the day, guys. Alright, bye!